Hey Scorpio, thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be your May overview reading. This is going to be for the entire month of May. And it's going to be, the way I'm doing these readings and laying them out is there's going to be 3 rows. Your first row is going to be the emotional self, second row spiritual soul self, and third row is going to be your physical self, physical reality. And then at the end, I'm going to pull 1 card on relationship love. And these have been flowing pretty well, so I hope you enjoy them as much as I have been enjoying them. And thank you so much if you're joining us and you take the time to listen to this. I hope you get some benefit out of it. So what we're going to start with for you, Scorpio, is you have the card of Atlantis for your emotion. And I'm really feeling like that's deep emotions. Atlantis, you know, this is actually underwater. Now, we don't know where Atlantis is. It's supposed that it's you know, that it got buried and sunk underwater somewhere. And there's not even any real proof of whether Atlantis exists or not. And I am going to put out there that I do believe in Atlantis. I do believe that it did exist. I actually did a paper on Atlantis for my oceanography class years and years ago. So I do believe that Atlantis exists. I definitely want to believe in the idea of Atlantis. So with this card and with it being in your emotions for your emotional self for the month of May, I'm really picking up the depths that you're going to be, emotional depths, you know, and some anger, some frustration. I'm really picking up frustration. Something's going to be frustrating for you, and it's going to bring up a lot of emotions for you in the month of May, Scorpio. Something is going to be frustrating, and it's going to bring up a lot of emotions from the depths. It's going to trigger you and bring up some emotion, like something emotionally from the depths of your soul. Really feeling that. It's going to, you know, it's going to be something deep, something profound, something that's going to hit you at a deep level. I almost am feeling that triggering, a triggering, oh my gosh, look at that, triggering. See what I'm saying? Look at those cards. They just flew everywhere. Oh my goodness. Give me just a second because I need to get those cards because there's a lot of cards that fell. That is a lot of cards that fell. Okay. That was interesting. Triggered a bit there, Scorpio? Are we triggered a bit? Your cards are even wanting to be triggered. That's hilarious. Okay, let's see what this is all about. Let's see if we can deep dive into this. Let's see if we can get a little bit more. That was very interesting. You're like, I'll show you triggered. And it's me reflected right there in that. I'll show you triggered. Oh, Scorpio. Oh, okay. Oh, now you don't want to talk? Or you give me a silent treatment now? You're not wanting to talk here? Oh, my goodness. Oh, you gave me a very good laugh. Very good laugh, Scorpio. I haven't laughed that good in a little bit. Oh. Yep, that card flipped over. I just felt it flip, and I dug for it, felt the energy, and I found the card that flipped without even looking through the deck. Okay, there we go. Thank you for wanting to talk to me. So let's see. We have the Knight of Wands with the 9 of Swords and the Knight of Swords. So got the 2 cards together that all tarot readers dread. The 9 of Swords and the Knight of Swords together. So for your emotional energy, I really am feeling like I feel like you're torn between two worlds. And like I said, I really felt like with this Atlantis card that something is gonna, I really am feeling a triggering energy. And so it's something, I see that with that middle card being the Nine of Swords. It's something that's been pain, that does trigger you. And it's like caught between, it's funny because I wish you could see, I guess I can try and show you this the way I see it. If you look at this, it's like a tug of war. It's like battle. Like this Knight of Wands is like, they're facing, the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands are facing each other. Like they're getting ready to joust and do battle, and in the middle is this pain, this anxiety, this stress. And so that's what I really am seeing, is like there's truths that are coming up that are triggering you. Like when people say things that you don't want to look at, Scorpio, it's triggering you because it's stuff you don't want to look at. You know, when somebody tells you, gives you advice or says, I want to try and give an example, and please don't take this personally. It's just an example. But if someone says to you, why do you got to be that way? Why are you always so cold? Or why are you such a, bitch? Why, if there's people that are like that like are, say stuff that are cutting, but there's some truth to it and you feel the truth in their words, Scorpio, it is cutting and it's hurting you because there's truth in it. And that's what I'm just giving that as an example, is like, it's like when people say things to you that there's some truth to it. And so it is hitting you at a very deep emotional level, and it is triggering you. And I see that with that Knight of Wands, it triggers that fire in you, that desire to combat, fire can be fiery energy. It can be combative, angry, temper, so it's like that, it flares that temper in you, when somebody says something. So that's where we're going to be in the month of May, that there's going to be things that are going to come about. People are going to say things to you that are going to trigger you, that are going to make you angry, that are going to, make you hot and angry, and cause you a little bit of that pain of going over it in your head, like, because there's some truth to it. And that's why it's triggering you, because there's some truth to it. It's something that's unhealed within you, Scorpio, that it's triggering, and you need to look at it because there is truth to it. And there's a reason why it is triggering you. It's coming to the surface and it's triggering you because it's something you need to look at and you need to resolve and heal within yourself. So understand that when that kind of stuff happens, it happens for a reason. It happens and you're seeing the truth of it, and it is bothering you and getting under your skin and getting to you because it's something you need to look at and fix. You need to heal. And don't get angry at the other person because, they probably have some unhealed stuff themselves, but what they're doing by saying and doing that stuff, it's the universe, through that person, using that person as a vessel to show you what you need to heal in yourself. Because whenever we're triggered, it's unhealed and unresolved stuff within ourselves. It has nothing to do with the other person. Absolutely nothing. It is everything to do with us. Because if that's not healed, we wouldn't be triggered otherwise. Another person cannot trigger us if we're healed. So keep that in mind. I think that's really the important thing. We're going to go on to the spiritual self. What's your spiritual self going to be looking at, examining, toying with? What are you going to be feeling? Oh man, that's too many cards. But I'm really feeling like this top one, which is the Kabbalah, which is like the tree of life. So, and I also am feeling a little bit of DNA too, like tree of life, Kabbalah, it means so many things on so many levels. But I really want to say this is examining, like, how those connections, it's healing. It's like wanting to heal. Funny enough, this isn't in your reading, but for Taurus and I think Virgo, I got in this position, I got the medicine wheel. And if I don't have that card, I don't want to dig for it. But if you want to, feel free to go look at, skip through and go to their readings and look at the medicine wheel card, because you'll see that these colors are the same, I believe, on both cards, this card and that card, which kind of talks about the elements, all the different, like, air, earth, fire, and water. And so I really am picking up, with that spirituality and that soul level of really, the tree of life talks about so many things. It's bringing so many aspects together. It has so much depth to it. It ties back to that depth of that Atlantis card. So this is something that's at a very, very deep. I actually want to say it's almost, because I felt like DNA, that this is something that could be a generational wound or trauma that gets triggered. It's something that is very deep, very something that is. Oh, I bent that card a little bit. It's something, Scorpio, that you've had all your life. It's part of you. It's a part of you. Yeah. I mean, this is a part, the very depths of you, and it has to do with what is keeping you from embracing your full Empress energy, from your independence. It's regarding independence and yeah. Oh wow, I'm really feeling that now. Yeah. So this is at the very, very, your very, very, very core of yourself, Scorpio. This is very, very deep. Very, very deep. So this has to do with whatever this that triggers you. It has to do with who you feel you really are. That you are not, this is not going to be pretty. This is not going to be an easy message. I'm just warning you now. This message may actually end up triggering some Scorpios. But I need to share it. The Scorpios that this is talking to, it's people that have put on a false mask to the world. You have not, you have spent your life trying to make others happy, please other people, doing, like trying to fit in, trying to belong, trying to make other people happy, like doing stuff, being someone else than who you really are to fit in. And so when someone calls you out on that, Scorpio, it cuts. It cuts because you know that you have not been true to yourself, that you do accommodate other people, that you wear a mask and you put on these illusions. You're almost like a chameleon. For the messages, Scorpios, that this message is for, it's your whole life you've tried to impress others, you've tried to do things for other people, you've tried to accommodate others, you've tried to make other people happy, like I said, try to fit in, try to belong, but you've not been true to yourself. And in your soul you have not been true to yourself. You know that. And it's time to get real. It's time to heal that. It's time for you to step into your Empress. This is saying that under this energy right now and energies of the month of May, Scorpio, this part of you is going to be triggered. I'm almost feeling tower moments. There's not a tower card on this table, but I really am feeling like things are going to be thrown at you. People are going to approach you, say things, do things to you. People around you, situations are going to come up that are going to trigger this because it needs to be healed. It is telling you, the universe is telling you, Scorpio, it is time to get real. To get real with yourself, to stand up and be the person that you are meant to be. Not try to please others, but be the person that you are meant to be. You are great and wonderful. You are, in your soul, you can be this 9 of Pentacles and this Empress. You are this Empress, but you're not showing it to the world. You're not showing your true self to the world because you're too busy accommodating and pleasing everyone else. And it's time to get real. The universe is saying it is time. Your soul is telling you it's time to get real. It's time to step into your true self, to be yourself. Stop trying to please others and be yourself. So for your physical reality, we have the Golden Palace. And this is underneath, interesting enough, it's a crescent moon, but that almost looks like that eclipse moon as well. And the Golden Palace is it's what we treasure, what we value, that's what I'm really picking up on. It's what you treasure and value most about yourself. Yeah, you have felt the sense of, being isolated. And the temple can talk about, if you think about temples or what we know about temples are usually a place that you go and get away from, like you go to be, usually think monks or sacred space, somewhere where you go to connect with yourself, like a spiritual journey, to retreat from the world, to get away and connect with spirit and with your soul. So it's physically saying you need to disconnect and get real with yourself. In the month of May, you need to get real with yourself. That's what we came up, and this is your real physical reality, and it's saying it's time to get real, Scorpio. It's time to go within, find that sacred space, go within and heal this in yourself. Figure out what you need to do to stop feeling like you need to please everyone else. What do you got to do? What do you got to change in your life to stop struggling? Put this burden down. Stop struggling with the need to please other people. To make everyone happy. You're making everyone happy but yourself, and so it's time in the month of May. There's going to be a lot of conflict, and it's going to, because you're going to be triggered. I'm not going to lie. You're going to be triggered on a lot of levels, but it's going to try and get you to heal this, to really see, Scorpio, what you're doing, that you're not being true to yourself. By trying to please other people, it's just making you unhappy in your life in general, because you're being triggered, and it's making you very unhappy. And it's not until you decide to stop pleasing other people and do what's right for you, do what's, what makes you happy, what you love, what is your truth, finding your truth, and you may have to stand in this 5 of Wands combative energy, because you may have to, it's not going to be easy, because it's never easy when you have to stand up to people that you have for a very long time, you have bent over backwards for. You've tried to appease them. You've tried to make them happy. You've tried to accommodate them, to make them happy instead of yourself happy, to keep the peace. Well, of course, conflict is going to come up if you no longer will appease them. If you no longer do, things to make them happy. When you stand up for yourself and make yourself happy, it's going to cause conflict. And so understand that the month of May be a very rough month for you, because you're going to be dealing with this. And I'm sorry, this is a very tough message. I hope that this resonates for some of you, because it's a very good lesson. It's something I think somebody definitely needs to hear. There's Scorpios out there that need to hear this. If this did resonate with you, please feel free to put anything, put something in the comments below. And of course, like or subscribe to my channel, so that you can get more of these messages, especially if this is resonating with you. Let me know that it's resonating with you, because this is a very strong, important message for some Scorpios out there. And then as I said, the last card we're going to draw is one card for relationship and love. And so you have the Two of Wands, which I think was the same card that popped out for Libra, I believe, as well. But I only see this Two of Wands in love and relationships, because you got other stuff on your plate. This is not, love and relationships is not going to be significant in the month of May for you. It's not going to be your primary focus. Your primary focus is going to be, you're going to be triggered by a lot. You're going to be going through a lot emotionally. You're going to be, you're not going to be in a space to foster and build a relationship. So I can see that as, definitely through that Two of Wands, that you're not going to be, you're going to be thinking about it, but you're not going to be taking action toward anyone or anything significantly, in the month of May. So that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Thank you so much if you took the time to listen to this message and this reading. I know it was a pretty heavy one, very heavy for me. I could feel it. I was almost in tears at points. I felt it. I felt the energy. It's going to be a not going to lie, very rough month for you, Scorpio. So thank you again. I wish you the best. Joy, love, and light. I wish you the very best, Scorpio. Thanks again.